Hey everyone, D-Dub Squizzy here, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate.
All right.
Going to
You have been
Lars
waylaid by enemies and
Wood.
must defend yourself.
Okay.
Agreed.
If you insist.
Don't feel like picking up their stuff because they're cheap hobgoblins. I don't know, something about waylays, and specifically enemies that have lots of things to deal with, is just really annoying to me.
If you insist.
Alright, so most of this area is just kind of random nonsense enemies. We have a bandit guy. There should be a small horde of gibberlines near the ruined tower, and then we have the druids. Other than that, it's just random wolves, bandits, bears, and spiders, I think. The goal of this episode is just to clear out this area and Heldvale. And then we'll deal with the bandit camp next episode. Oh yeah, so I looked up Jenkal, the halfling that got away.
All right.
And I believe he's going to make an appearance again, later in the game, in some other encounter. But I'm not gonna find him myself. He ran off. I guess we'll see if the druids up here are actually competent now. They were never really a threat before, because it's just a couple of druids. Let's hand these off to the thief. That way he can breach their iron skins if he needs to.
If you insist.
Right, what's this then?
Wow, these things are pretty quick, aren't they? Bro, bear, where are you going? Can you stop running for a second? My goodness, this thing's annoying. Why'd you do that? It ran for like half a minute and then just stood still. Dealt 30 damage. Did it crit? It critted. It turned and took one swing and it
If you
critted.
insist.
Alright, well, we're probably going to have to deal with some more bears. This guy usually spawns in like 2 cave bears when he attacks.
It'd be good for you to watch your actions while in this wood.
Whoa! Okay, yep, his iron skins are up. And I think he is about to cast Insect Swarm. Yeah, that didn't work.
Sooner said than done.
Yeah, everyone just split.
Agreed.
Oh no, he just cast Doom. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, dang it. Good, Thrug was the one that killed him. No one else stole the 1,000. Core zone there can be real annoying when it comes to stealing XP.
Don't mess with nature.
all right.
Don't mess with you.
All
Gonna
right.
Turn back?
Civilization
Nope,
seems
we're gonna
far,
speak as a
city
bear.
dweller.
Ow. And their shapeshifting is fascinating, because you don't see the enemies do that in these games. Ever. And the fact that they actually are now, it just feels totally different. Alright, so a little cooler, but about as big of a threat as I expected them to be. Which is, you know, not severe. Alright, so other than that, we just have Baloth and his Gibberling thing. And then bandits. fire arrows didn't do us a whole lot of good. But it's hard to knock druids out of their spells on a regular basis. Them and priests have much better concentration stuff than mages do. You guys are shooting your arrows at the berserker with the -7 versus missiles armor class. Genius. Is it just me, or are these guys tougher than they used to be? Ow. Splint mail and longbows are worth pretty decent money. Certainly not going to be taking everyone's splint mail all the time, but out here there shouldn't be too much of it that we need to collect anyway. And having a good armor class makes a lot of things like archers like that way less terrifying. You encounter Black Talon elites very early on in the game, it's basically a death sentence, which is why you avoid these areas until later. Because despite not being worth a ton of experience, they can be a real handful. Oh, black bears.
Let's give them a right power.
Death to you all! Death to you all!
Bleed. Get over here.
There's something very satisfying about killing gibberlings. I don't know why. They aren't really any worse than most of the other creatures that we kill. I guess they are pretty bad, actually. I looked gibberlings up once because I wanted to know more about them. They're kind of like Lovecraftian eldritch monsters that were dragged to our realm from some outer god elsewhere. Which, I mean, that's pretty bad.
If you insist.
Get over here.
Your life ends here.
Now Baloth should pop into existence. Or not. There he is.
It's about time you came through for me. I was beginning to wonder whether your incompetence was... Wait. This isn't right. You fool! Najib! Ah! How could I forget? Allow me to... You must be crawling with my most recent... You must be out of the mood. If things went... As you can see, I do not make the habit. Clearly, I still... No. No, 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 no! Fine. I'll just make my way there myself. I don't need your help. Be gone.
I don't like how all of the dialogue added by the Enhanced Edition stuff, everything Beamdog interacted with, every character, every quest, the entirety of Siege Dragonspear that weren't in the original game, all of your dialogue sounds like it was written by a moody, edgy 14-year-old, and it really bugs me. Every single response is either pompous and over the top, or obnoxious,
Get over here.
and, you know, not taking anything seriously. And there is no in-between. It's a common problem with all art nowadays. I mean, all of this kind of art. You know, games, shows, movies, anything made by any kind of establishment, anything. It all sounds extremely incompetent and just lacking any weight because it was all made by people who were incompetent. And all of their stuff lacks any weight. Because they're terrible at everything they do.
None stand against me.
I mean, there is a point where you can make fun of yourself. There are also times to take things seriously. It was one of the problems I had with Thor Ragnarok, was just that... Oh, whoopsie. Okay. Freeze. Do this thing to them.
Death to you all!
There we go. Like, basically, if every serious moment is undercut by a joke, nothing ever feels serious. It's one of the reasons I can't ever enjoy anything that has to do with Nira, is because even if you could get past her just a terrible, terrible personality, you're stuck with an endless amount of unfunny quips. And everything that she says or does has to be phrased like a joke. And it's just annoying. Not sure where those two came from. We're almost done with this area, though. Okay. Lars Wood is knocked out.
If you insist.
Alright, we're gonna need a rest now.
If you insist.
Otherwise my druid would start whining.
You're already dead.
Your life ends here. All right, all right. All right, all right.
I think the bandits at the bandit camp should be worth more than these guys are. Because an actual comparison of their abilities, the ones at the bandit camp hit more often, have more hit points. I don't think they do any more damage, but that's because they're using short bows, and short bows always do low damage. But they do hit more often. And they do have more hit points. But they're still only worth 65. It kind of bugs me. We're definitely going to get more experience out of that camp now, because there's Black Talon elites in there. And possibly other stuff, but I don't know for certain. Oh, great. No, it's not a terrible poison, but it is annoying. It's not like Ettercap Wyvern or Phase Spider poison that just starts melting you. So we can encounter Viconia and save her out here. We can kill off the other group of bandits. The guy will probably just have a high-quality warhammer instead of a magical one. Togo's Kozan should still have a magical hammer. I think that would make sense. Because they didn't remove every single +1 weapon from the game. Nimble still had his magical short sword. Silky still had her magical staff. Clearly they have determined some people should have magical equipment. I don't know how they did what they did with Icarid, but then took away his magic flail. That seems cheap. And rather enraging, actually. I'm not saying I would have used it over what we have, but I might have. Pretty sure it's better than this thing is.
Of course.
Okay, I think they're right up here. Oh yeah, they're right here.
A waste of my talent.
Yeah, there they are.
As needed.
Okay, so this here is a good spot.
For now.
Very well.
You're already dead.
Did he actually get that thing drunk?
With caution.
He did. He drank a potion just in time for us not to get it off his corpse. The jerk. Yeah, high quality hammer.
If you insist.
Oh well. Okay, now we can at least travel to the bandit camp.
If you insist.
There's just one of those hunters out here.
Hello. All right.
He says if you want to get rich, best place to go would be the ruins of Firewine. I don't understand why the game tries to move you there for good adventure. There's no money in that place. I guess the Ogre Mage had a couple decently valuable items on him. But you make more money doing basically just Basilis's quest. It's not like there's no big treasure haul at the end. Which is something that really takes away from it. Like, there is at least some treasure at the end of Oldcaster. It seems like there's nothing in Firewine. You walk in, you kill some stuff, and then that's it, it's over.
You don't help me, you'll kill me.
Very well.
I serve the flaming fist.
Sorted. Let's give them a right.
Very well.
Oop.
I'm on
Hey,
it.
get out there, Thrug. Oh boy.
Feel my power.
Ends here.
Okay, yeah, that didn't work on anyone.
All right, all right.
Charge.
Let's give them a right thrashing.
As needed.
Where are you going? They always run off like that. I'm always confused as to where they think they're gonna get to. Those guys are worth twice as much XP, aren't they? I think they were only ever worth 240 before.
I'm on it.
Not quite twice as much, but pretty close.
At any cost.
Very well.
Oh, really? He's carrying too much weight now. You always forget that half-orcs even have an upper limit of weight.
Very well.
Yeah, I forgot about that thing. One part of the tweaks that I remembered seeing, or the mod, was Black Talon Elites and those Iron Throne Guards are raised to 10th level, I believe it is, which means they are now immune to sleep. That's the main... It didn't change them that much combat-wise, but it made them completely immune to sleep, because once you hit 10th level, or maybe it's... There's some other requirement. Maybe I'm thinking of it wrong. But there's a...
Get over here.
Come on. Whatever it was that makes someone immune to sleep, they now have.
Of course.
Oh boy, they're behind us.
Death to you all!
Oh, a pile of them. Where are you guys going at? Just trying to get away.
All right, all right.
Oh yeah, I asked around because I couldn't find anything about it anywhere else, but I asked my brother who plays and messes around with and mods Baldur's Gate himself and stuff like that, and I mentioned that I had used the Wand of Monster Summoning and that it conjured up just the massive pile of creatures. Apparently that's because I removed the summoning cap
Resistant
in the
die.
game, because I always hated the summoning cap. I felt that it didn't make much sense. To be fair, enemies can abuse that the same way I can, if they really want to. They just don't even try.
Let's give them a
How?
For now.
Holy cow.
Let's give them a right thrashing.
He's gonna die out here.
All right,
Why is that dude still targeting him?
here.
They're getting +4 to hit. Can we stun him or something? And then try to command that one down. Okay, that still works at least.
Sorted. Agreed.
Oh my goodness.
Sorted.
Kill the black bears before they start running for it. Okay, you take a step back.
On it. Get over here. Resistant die. Feel
We're hitting him every single shot. My goodness. I guess they are using magical arrows.
With caution.
Which means they're gonna hit more frequently.
I'm on it.
I shall attend to it in a trice.
If you insist. Very well.
Alrighty then. Let's try not to let that happen again. Thrug could probably just walk in and kill all of them alone every time. It'd take him a little time because they're annoying and they run and they're tough. But he has such an insane armor class against missiles. I mean, -7. I'm pretty sure they have to crit to get him with anything. You'd be hard-pressed to find something in Baldur's Gate 1, even under these enhancements, that's going to have the capability to hit something with a -7 armor class. With any measure of consistency. As regular armor class is another matter. That's no better than anyone else's is. But when you combine the fact that he's wearing full plate, which I'm pretty sure is already a bonus against his missile weapon defense.
Bleed.
Then you add the cloak that he's wearing on top of it. All that I have to do is give him the boots and he'd be entirely untouchable. He could just walk into the bandit camp and one by one kill everyone.
If you insist.
They couldn't stop him at all. Which is probably the way that you do that if you're ever playing the game solo. Just throw on that cloak and those boots and you just walk on in and they can't do anything. Oh, great.
Sorted.
Attack, dog. Oh, Black Bear's already hostile. What do you know?
Death to you all!
Let's do this one. Oh, that guy got melted. Or reverse melted. Frozen.
Get over here. Right, what's this then?
As needed.
Let's give them a right threat.
If you insist. Of course.
With caution.
Oh, right. I thought I was missing the gear off of one of them. It's because the guy froze and then exploded.
All right, all right.
Just see a little ice chunk on the ground forever now. I don't use Snalox all that often because it doesn't do fantastic damage. It's just kind of an okay low-level AoE spell. Pretty cool to have it in the game. And we don't have a lot of cold-based attack spells, which sometimes are pretty valuable. So it's nice to have it. Right, that whole area is cut off, but there's nothing really up there, I don't think. that. Good.
You have been waylaid by enemies and must defend yourself.
My life is so difficult, having to kill hobgoblins all day.
I'm on it. Yes.
If you
That's
insist.
just for convenience sake. I didn't want to walk all the way around the friendly arm. So we found a single magical spear, and it's the only cursed one in the game. I'm only aware... So let me think here. Poe and Bjornen both have magic spears, but you would have to kill them, and they're both innocents, and one of them is in an inn, in order to get said spears. Pretty sure both of those are high quality now.
All right.
There's a magical one in the Cloakwood Mines, but it's only +1, so that could be replaced with an excellent spear as well. And then I know there's a +2 spear on the Counting House Guard in Baldur's Gate. The guy who attacks you with his pile of blink dogs works for the Merchants League. So yeah, looking at what this dude's got for sale, I don't think he has anything I really want. This one, just an extra constitution point, which isn't valuable really. I don't think that's going to help at all. Might as well. Yeah, no, that doesn't really make a difference. Whatever, though. We should rest again. Okay.
If you insist.
It's pretty much... There's one other magical buckler, I think, in the entire game. I don't think there's any bucklers +1. If there are, I would not know where they are off the top of my head, because frankly, before the tweaks that let a mage use a buckler, which I like, I think that gives them at least some usefulness, because otherwise they're completely worthless. I never used them before that. Like, ever, for anything. So I don't know where all of them are. But I do know that Keel's buckler gives an extra dexterity, and that's over in Durlag's Tower, so there is that. But, you know, that's over in Durlag's Tower, so not very useful. Alright, I'm going to end this one here, then. We've cleared out Pelevale and Larswood. Only one area left in the Wood of Sharp Teeth, which is the Bandit Camp. We're taking the whole episode next one to deal with that. I'm thinking we should have it in the bag, but it might require some careful usage of what we have, which would be a lot of area effect spells. I'm going to try to avoid using this, because I don't want to make it feel cheap. I might have to use this for certain fights that are otherwise mostly unfair. But I don't want to use it for everything. Otherwise it'd feel kind of pointless. Alright, well that's going to be it for this one then. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.